it, I'm starting to see a trend when it comes to like education, and people pursuing degrees a little bit later, and it seems like you kind of went that route yourself. Can you explain to us, what made you make that decision, later rather than, earlier?
Yeah, for sure. So at first, the crazy thing is, the first one after I graduated from Carbondale, I mean, the first thing I did was I went to college. I went to SIUC. Like the first couple months, man, I was having fun, man. It was a blast. But one thing about it, I got caught up, man. I got caught up in the wrong crowd, and that's what really hindered me. Because before anything, before everything, before I started everything, going to college was like just something that I thought that I was supposed to do after I graduated. So after I graduated, I went to SIUC. I did good, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I did good for probably about 2 months. But after that, man, I just slipped into the spell. I slipped into that spell, man. I slipped into that spell. I put parties over education, and man, it went downhill from there, man. I ain't gonna lie. I finished one semester. Man, I got out. I said, yeah, I don't think this is me. I gotta figure something else out.
Well, and that's interesting because there's such a pressure. Like, so who put that idea of like, hey, go to college, go to SIUC, do that? Who put that in you? Because I'm starting to see like there's a trend of like they tell us go get an education, and we like, I, you know,
So I would have to say it wasn't even my family. Honestly, I feel like it was more of the outside pressure. I feel like that's what you're supposed to do after you graduate high school. I feel like they tell you to after you graduate to go to college and go get good grades, get a good job. And I feel like I'm like, all right, 'cause I always being smart, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, all right, I can go knock this out. But sometimes that ain't the case, and that wasn't my case.
I understand. So was SIUC like the top choice? Is that where you originally wanted to go to, or was you just like it's local? I'm just stay at the crib.
Honestly, I scored real high on my ACT. I scored about a 23 if I'm mistaken. So I really, when I was applying to schools, I was getting into the schools, with no problem. Anyone, like, I won't say anyone, but like majority of the schools I was applying to, I was getting into. So I didn't really have a set in stone school, but I just started thinking like, man, where all my friends gonna be at, once I get out of class, or I'm going this far, who my friends gonna be, who I'm gonna hang out with. I'm 18 years old. I ain't trying to leave the crib too early. I'm still trying to figure things out. So I just thought like, staying in Carbondale would probably be a good move for me.
That's real. So you end up finishing out the semester, or like how did you transition? Because I know you spent some time in the military. So how did that work out? Can you kind of explain to us like what that
Yeah,
transition was like?
yeah, most definitely. So what happened was, like I said, like the first 2 months of school, man, I was doing great. Like, man, I was going to all my classes and everything. But then I started getting to the peer pressure because what I started doing was I started making friends. 'Cause like I said, I'm an easy going dude. You know what I'm saying? So I started making friends, and I started making a lot of them. And when I started making a lot of them, everybody started hitting you up. You wanted to go out this day, but you got homework, but you putting that to the side now. So now you want to go ahead and indulge in all the what college students do. If you catching my drift. So
Facts.
yeah, so man, I thought it was sweet, man. I thought it was real sweet. I thought I was just gonna be able to do whatever I wanted to do, but that's not the case. That's not the case. So what happened was, I probably say it was around